that, we bring in Ambassador Kurt Volker, former ambassador to NATO, retired Navy Rear Admiral Mark Montgomery, senior fellow at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. Admiral, real quick to you, when you heard the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Dan Kane, talk today and laid out the amount of aircraft and air power that was over Venezuela overnight, more than 150 aircraft, everything from B-2 stealth bombers to FA-18s, plus the Night Stalkers who went in. And then you put in that, in addition to the massive amount of naval forces that we know, the USS Gerald Ford, Iwo Jima, and others. What is the next wave look like? Is that a full decapitation of Venezuela's military? Is that trying to have another snatch and grab against top military leaders? What would be the next escalation?
Well, that's a tough call because it really has to do with how Venezuela responds to this, how their senior leadership responds. The president's been running a maximum pressure campaign. That's why you have so many assets nearby. The number of assets in the air isn't surprising to most of us who do this kind of planning. It sounded about right.
Why not?
I think the next. I just think 100. It sounded about right because it's about 100. There's support aircraft, refueling aircraft, both rotary wing and fixed wing. They had to blow a hole in the air defense systems, to allow the helicopters to get in and out. Create a safe transit route. So that's about what I would have expected. But when you ask what's next is going to be determined by the defense minister and the interior justice minister. They're the two closest cronies to Maduro. If they try to, roll it back and take over leadership of the country in the same way Maduro did of an illegal regime, then they're probably going to get a second round of this. And it's going to be harder to snatch and grab them. So it might be more kill than capture in a second round against those two. So that's how I see
further
it
degrade their air defenses and the like. Kurt Volker, to you, Bill O'Reilly made the point that effectively you could run Venezuela from the U.S. embassy with a compliant Venezuelan regime. Obviously, it's early. Are we to believe that there's perhaps a little bit of a distance between the cup and the lip here of what the Venezuelans are saying publicly? We saw the vice president of Venezuela's speech, and what's happening behind the scenes and the fact that the Venezuelan military didn't appear to put up much of a fight last night.
Yeah. Well, first off, let's just hope that there is a lot of behind-the-scenes discussion and negotiation between the United States, the military, the CIA, and people in Venezuela in positions of power. Because, I'm reminded of the moment, when we went into Iraq, we ousted Saddam Hussein, we had this big mission accomplished. And then, year by year, things ground on and it became a disaster. And I just think
really
we need
excellent
to make sure
point. I just want to put a finer point on that. Part of this, though, you could argue is learning from that, right? Because when we went into Iraq with mission accomplished, we destroyed the Iraqi military and the Iraqi civil service and every part of the Iraqi government. And you had shock and awe for 30 days of bombings. This is much different. This is, can we pull out the strong man, put in somebody else who's more friendly, and keep all of the infrastructure of the Venezuelan government and military in place?
That's a great question. And the answer is we don't know. And I hope you're right. I hope we learn from mistakes that we made in the past. There is no doubt that the U.S. has the military means to defeat any kind of armed opposition. We can do that. But how do you govern a country? And what do the people that are being governed think about that? And are they compliant? Are they not compliant? Do they undermine? And how do you actually execute that? Those are very, very big challenges. And I know people want to avoid the word nation building, but it's nation governing from a distance, and that is by no means an easy or assumed thing that we can do. So there is now a lot on the table that we are now holding the bag for.
Yeah, and as we learned in Iraq, and as was written in the declaration here in the United States, you need the consent of the governed to do so. Kurt Volker, Mark Montgomery, thank you very much. John Teichert here on the set with us.